as much as I think it's the under is a safe play, like I can't even.
Count them up. Count them up. How many games y'all gonna win this fall?
I can't fathom 8 wins.
How many games y'all gonna win this fall?
I just can't. I don't see it. It's not on there.
It's
not the schedule I'm looking at. Unless there's another schedule somewhere.
Of course, as always, our thanks to Barton Simmons, the best general manager in college football, for continuing to allow us to use his likeness for that theme song that so many of you love so much. But it's interesting that he mentioned schedule, because that's at the heart of the conversation for the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Bill Belichick era in Chapel Hill. Last year, you had a favorable schedule, one of the most favorable in the ACC, which is why you had a win total of 7.5, and you fell woefully short of that with a 4-8 showing and one of the worst offenses in all of college football. This year, the schedule is one of the toughest in the ACC, and now they've got a win total of 4.5. If you're watching along on youtube.com/cover3, you see that challenging start that includes going to Dublin to play TCU, but then also having to play Clemson, Notre Dame, and at Pitt, all within the first 5 games of the season. Yikes. Y'all want to talk quarterback? Y'all want to talk Bill? Y'all want to talk Lombardi? How many different ways do you want to pick this apart? Because I've got answers, I've got frustrations, I've got all kinds of emotions for you. You drive.
I mean, Chip, I think that Bill Belichick, Mike Lombardi, questions about how good they are without Tom Brady, North Carolina, what's the brewing scandal there, are all great words to start this segment with. Sure.
I wasn't even playing the SEO game, bud. That was you. No.
Okay.
This is just me. Like, for example, I'll throw this one out there. Bill Belichick, hey, we've got 4 quarterbacks that are all competing about the same, which means that he's given a lot of runway to Travis Burgess, who's very talented, but I know that you were very impressed with him as a high school prospect. Torrey Newkirk, I'm not really considering it. Some people are ready to just say Billy Edwards is a quarterback. I think it's going to be Miles O'Neill, honestly, just because if Bobby Petrino recruited Miles O'Neill to go from Massachusetts to Texas A&M, there must be something about Miles O'Neill that Bobby Petrino likes, and there must be something about Bobby Petrino that Miles O'Neill feels comfortable with. But do any of these quarterbacks inspire a change in your power rating? I don't know. That might be a question as well. Offensively, we retained Benjamin Hall. We retained Damon June, retained Jordan Shipp. That's great. Christo Kelly too, but tons and tons of turnover. It is truly a year 1, part 2 in Chapel Hill against a schedule that is wildly more challenging than last year's schedule. Our over-under win total at DraftKings Sportsbook is at 4.5. How are we going to start picking this apart?
Starting at quarterback, they did not like the guy they had last year. Now, that doesn't mean he's not any good, right? Like, their track record with player eval last year was not great.
He's the starter at Wake Forest, so
right.
We'll get to talk about them later.
So, in looking at this, I kind of liked Billy Edwards pre-injury. Like, I thought he did some nice things at Maryland. I was relatively excited to see, what he would do at that interim stop, and obviously got hurt. They're going to try to pound the ball with a much larger offensive line and throw the ball over the top, which is kind of classic Petrino. Miles O'Neill can throw it long distances. He does have a strong arm. I don't know about like playing the quarterback position and whatnot, but man, I'm under here, Chip. They don't seem like, I feel like they're just as much of a disaster behind the scenes as Florida State is. Like, it doesn't seem super buttoned up.
First of all, Damon June, if your name is Damon, don't spell it Demon. All right? Like, let's fix the spelling on that.
No, that's on us, Tom. Okay, because he started playing good in the middle of last season, and we were all calling him Demon June,
which comes after Angel May.
Well, then I think somebody reached out. I was like, hey, man, he might not like being associated with demons.
Then don't spell your name Demon. All right? Change the spelling of your name. That's not my fault. I didn't do that to you. Anyways, I'm not optimistic about North Carolina going into the year. There's very little reason to be optimistic about North Carolina going into the year. That said, We only need to find 5 wins on this schedule, boys. That's all we're looking for to go over. And if you look at what happened last year, defensively, the team was not a mess. They weren't great. If you look at success rate, they weren't great on a down-to-down basis, but they did a very good job limiting explosive plays, and they did a good, decentish job in the red zone, which to me are 2 areas where if you can continue that, especially in this league, given the, lack of elite teams outside the Miami tier, can go a long way defensively. Offensively, they were horrific. They were terrible. There was not a fit roster-wise. You bring in Bobby Petrino. You say what you want about Bobby off the field. We know the offense is going to be good. He's never had a bad one. So whether it's Billy Edwards, whether it's Miles O'Neill, hell, whether it might be Autori Newkirk, who knows, whichever one Bobby likes the best, I think they're going to score more points than they did last year. So if the defense maintains the same level it had and the offense just gets a little bit better, a little bit more dangerous, we can get to 5-7. I'm going over.
Let's go, Tom. Do you know what the thing is though? 5-7, 4-8, 3-9. It's all not fun. It ain't enjoyable. You don't really feel like this is, to Bud's point, it's not feeling great right now, because when I'm sitting there talking to Jordan Chip and he's talking about these player-led practices and the way that they're so much more connected, because now I'll editorialize. This is me talking. There were Mac guys and there were Bill guys. I mean, that is just undeniable. Like there was a real friction within last year's team. And there does seem to be, both from the player standpoint and also taken away, a lot more connectedness with this roster. But that doesn't change that it still feels like the big picture operation is, I don't know. It doesn't feel like this was going to be an opportunity for them to get going and lay the foundation that they were hoping to lay. I don't feel great about it. I'm not excited about it. And Jordan Chip's from Charlotte. He hated losing to NC State, Duke, and Wake Forest in the same season. He understands what that means, and he understands the chip on the shoulder of everybody else when they get to go play against that sissy blue, which looks great in this home field apparel jacket that you can get at Home Field Apparel. Yeah, I'm 4-8. I think I think they could be a better team with the same record. Schedule's too tough. And man, I don't know why you invited Bobby Petrino, because y'all know what Bobby Petrino does. He's a great interim coach.
Oh, yeah, he does that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. I was just saying, you always got to. He did not successfully pull it off at, was it Auburn where we thought he was lurking?
Arkansas.
But did he not get named the interim?
I don't think so. I thought they named.
I'm trying to recall now.
Oh, did Pittman get fired during the season?
They let him coach it out?
I think I can't remember. I thought he coached it out. Who knows? I could be wrong. I wasn't paying a whole hell of a lot of attention to Arkansas in November.
Processing?
I'll Google it.
All right.
How many games y'all gonna win
they did
this
name
fall?
the interim coach.
Oh, okay.
Professional, he just shows up ready to do his job.